castle.
How you doing, everybody? Vaughn here, coming at you with another video. Oh man, I love getting comps. I mean, I get a little terrified when I get a comp because there's that feeling of like, is it gonna be any good? Did I make something good or not? But you just look at this cover, just look at it. Like, look at this. And you go, I think everything's gonna be all right. I think it's all gonna work out somehow. This is a crossover story I wrote with my version of Black Terror, along with the revised version of Judex, this awesome character. These Golden Age characters come together to take on horrifyingly evil occult Nazis doing up to no good, raising the dead for their own evil purposes. And it was a blast to do. I was asked to do this by the Global Frequency people. They put out an awesome version of Judex, and they wanted a cool bonus story to kind of get everyone excited. So they hired me, my colorist for Terror in the Trenches, and my artist for Terror in the Trenches, Monica McCagney, amazing artist from Italy. She absolutely kills it, as usual. Just look at the art. Just look at this. Take a look at this. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And great new little bad guy for it. I call him a Krieglock instead of a Warlock because Krieg is the word in German for war. Hopefully people get that and can pronounce it okay. And it's a classic crossover tale. And I just want to take a little look at this with you guys. One of the things I'm really proud of is that they used my team from Terror in the Trenches to make this happen. We have me, Monica, Tiago, my colorist, and of course, the man, Eric Weathers, man of many letters. And then we have a cool editor here, but they basically said, we want a story from you, you know, one shot style, not that many pages, and make it happen. Cross over Judex with Black Terror in a way that's really cool. And then they just let me run with it. They did not change a lot of things. They were there to assure me, or assure that their version of Judex was done right. So they might have had to make a few little altercations, but overall, they let me do something that a lot of people who hire me don't do. They let me be me and write them something awesome, something special, something that I think is gonna make people really happy. So this is called Fellow Shadows. It came out great. I like to title things after I've kind of come up with the story and I see what the story is saying in the end. So the title can kind of fit with that. Fellow Shadows just basically implies that these are both dark heroes of the night who are vengeful. And they are. They both have their own version of it, and they have to come together to take out some really nasty bad guys. And as you can see by this mechanical warhorse Nazi carriage, there's a lot of cool, badass things going on in this book. Judex watches them through his crystal ball. He's got awesome abilities to be able to see things in other places, be able to spy. And this bad guy comes in, and basically the plot is that they want to use a church and its catacombs where these evil vampires have been slain to raise them up from the dead in a blood ritual and then build their own army of monsters. And not necessarily even for the Nazi party. He might just, this creepy bad guy might want to be doing it for himself. And so we have Black Terror showing up on he's been holding onto the bottom of this war carriage. They're now in Paris, Nazi occupied, 1941, baby. And Judex and Terror cross paths almost immediately, and the fight is on, dude. They both see each other as the enemy briefly, which is, you know, a pretty classic trope in a crossover. Before they're friends, they fight kind of thing. It gives you some cool action. It shows you their abilities and how it works. You get to see Black Terror's powers and how he, you know, makes people afraid in different cool ways. You see Judex's fears, get to know his character more. You get to see Judex's power with the crystal balls, being able to spy on people. You see his awesome gun and learn how it works. It has its own rules. It's just great. And look at this art. Look at the colors that came out of this. It's so beautiful. I'm absolutely in love. I don't even know how many pages this is. It's not very many pages, and yet I think our team came together to make something just expansive and big and epic, and it's classic villains and awesome action. Look at these vampire chicks. They came out great. Monica just kills it. Black Terror is especially brutal in this. I mean, I treat him like I treat him in my version too. I mean, he is a dark, avenging badass. And what we have here is an awesome battle between Terror, Judex, and these vampire ladies raised from the dead in the catacombs underneath the churches. That's one of the cool things about old cathedrals that I love, is that a lot of them have, especially in Paris, they're known for having these catacombs full of dead bodies and dead relics underneath them. So you could have a lot of fun with that in the fantasy genre. And it's already almost over, guys. This is not that many pages, and yet I feel like we made something that's as big as like a 20-page or more with this. But yeah, Fellow Shadows, baby. This came out great. I'm really pleased with how Global Frequency Studios did this. They let me be me. They let me do it my way. One thing that can be hard is when you work for people, you're going to get changes to your work, and you have to be adaptable to that because you don't know the universe or what they're wanting as well as they do. And you got to be respectful of those changes sometimes. You got to understand them or work with them. My thing is, I try to take what you already have going in your universe and do something even more interesting with it. I'm not here to just copy what you've already done. Readers have seen that. I'm here to take what you've done and make it cooler. That's my style. That's how I roll. And getting to do another Black Terror story was just pure bliss for me. I mean, it's getting to see Judex's fears also, I think, will get people more into his character for people who backed this book. So I'm really pleased with this. It came out great. I didn't even know if they would do color. They did. They did beautiful. Tiago did beautiful work. Look at all the visuals in this. I mean, this is just a little cool masterpiece. I really hope people didn't miss this, man. We got a nice virgin color cover here. Beautiful artwork. I'm happy. So check out Global Frequency and what they're doing. If you missed this, I'm not sure if you can get it now. I have no idea, but they sent me a lot of comps and I'm very thankful. And I'm thankful they gave me a job and let me get my Black Terror out in the world a little more. I'm really happy with how so many people have been, to this day, telling me that my Black Terror just blows their minds and changed how they see the character, and they like him more now. Because what I saw when I saw Black Terror was a character that had the capacity to be one of the coolest things on the shelves, and yet he wasn't. He could have been something that's up there with Batman and all of them, but nobody was treating him that way. It was almost like he was just a disregarded golden age relic, you know? And I saw that as an opportunity. Instead of something to shun and look away from and blow off, I saw that as an opportunity to make something genuinely cool. I feel like certain filmmakers have done that. They took something that everybody had kind of blown off, they saw as old-fashioned or just kind of antiquated and not very interesting, and then they came in and they made it interesting. They saw the potential. So, I mean, that's where I was with Black Terror. The response has been great. The first book sold really well. We're going to launch the second book soon. I hope you will come out for it. It is going to be the second part of a trilogy. Big reveals, bigger battles with more nasty super Nazis. It's going to blow your minds. And it's really the theme of how your darkness and the damage you do can come back on. That's just a lesson in life, you know? And I'm trying to explore that in an interesting way through Black Terror. And so I hope you will check that out. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to get to do all these different books with all these different people. There are awesome artists out there in indie. If you look for them, you will find them. If you want to support something different than what the mainstream is doing, you're in the right place. People like me are here. We are in Global Frequency. We are doing this. We are making comics cool again. And so I appreciate your support. And thanks for tuning in, you guys. I'll see you on the next one.
Von's Haunted Castle. Ha 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 ha!